Hello and welcome to the chapter on file handling. This is the part 11 of this particular chapter, and in this part we are going to discuss about seek and tell functions in Python. So this is the syllabus, and out of the syllabus we are going to discuss the highlighted topics. So let's discuss about the seek function. But before going to the seek function, we need to know about a concept known as file pointer. Now let's try to understand what a file pointer is. But for that, I'll be showing you a text file. So this is a text file. The contents of the file is Python is a very powerful programming language. Now what is a file pointer? A file pointer is an element within a file that stores the current position of read or write within a file. Now here you can see a blinking cursor here. Where is the blinking cursor? It is at the first position. Now if I write something, it will be written at that position where the cursor is there. Now let's say I bring the file pointer to this position. Now if I type something, it will be written at this position. Now if I bring it to any other position, it will start writing at that particular position. So basically the work of file pointer is to store the current position where reading or writing of file will take place. Now let's try to understand the concept of seek function. Now what is the utility of seek function? The seek function is such a function that is used to change the position of file pointer by placing the file pointer at the specified position in the opened file. See, by default, after a file is read, the file pointer moves to the end of the file, and before a file is read, the file pointer remains at the very beginning of the file. But seek function is such a function with the help of which we can take the position of the file pointer to our desired position. So if I want to change the position of the file pointer manually, I can do it with the help of the seek function. Now let's go and see the syntax of seek function. This is how we can use the seek function. File object dot seek, within bracket we need to give the offset, then we need to give a comma, and then we need to give the mode or the reference point. Let's try to understand its elements. Here, what is the meaning of offsets? Offsets means number of positions to move forward in bytes. Offset means from which position we will start to read. Mode or reference point means it defines the point of reference. Well, the mode or reference point can be either 0, 1 or 2. If the mode is 0, it signifies that we want to read from the beginning of the file. If the mode is 1, then we want to read from the current position of the file pointer. If the mode is 2, we want to move the file position with respect to the end of the file. Don't worry if you are not very clear about the mode now. We will see all these concepts with the help of some practical Python codes. Alright. Now here mode 0 can be used with text files also, but mode 1 and 2 can only be used with binary file modes. The file can be text file, but the mode should be binary if we are using mode 1 or mode 2. Now let's say we will create a file with the contents this exploring Python with files. So let's go and create this file. So I'll create a new file, and in that file let me give the content as exploring Python with files, and I'll be saving it at some location. I'll just give any name here. Let's say test seek. I can give any name. The name is as per your choice. So I've created a new file by the name testseek.txt. This is a text file. Okay. Now I'll try to show you the modes one by one with the help of programming. Now let me program. Alright, so we'll be getting three cases here, one regarding mode 0, second regarding mode 1 and third regarding mode 2. So let me denote it as case 1 where I'll be using mode 0. Alright, so here let me open a file. How to open a file? With the help of open function. Here X is the file object. I hope you are clear about these concepts. If you are not very clear, then you can check out my previous videos. Now here let me give the name of the file, which was I think test_seek.txt. Let me verify. Yeah, it is test_seek.txt. Then I'll give the file mode, which is read in this case. Alright, so if I in the next line, if I give, let's say y equals to x.read, at first I'll not be using the seek function to show you how it will look like. So what is the use of read function? It will extract everything from this file and store it in the variable y, and then we are printing the value which is stored in the variable y. Now let me save it by any name. I can save. I can give like c test.py. Now let me run this file. Now as I run this file, what I am getting? I am getting exploring Python with files. Now here in this case, I am not manipulating the file pointer in any case. But if I want, I can manipulate the file pointer as per my choice. Now let's say I want to read from the third position. Now what is the third position? Now this is the file. Now this is the 0th position. This is the first position. This is the second position. This is the third position. Alright. Now if I want to read from the third position, what I need to do, I will need to bring the cursor from the initial position to the third position first, and after that I'll give the instruction for reading from the file. Let's do that in the current program. How to do that? Let us check out. So here what I'll do, at first I'll take the cursor to the third position. How to take it? With the help of seek function. What was the syntax of seek function? I have already discussed it. It is file object.seek. Within bracket I need to give the offset and then the mode. Offset means from which position do I want to read. Now I want to read from the third byte. You know that each character consists of 1 byte. So if I give 3, I want to move 3 bytes from the initial position and then I want to read it. Now how it is confirmed that I want to read from the initial position? If you want to read from the initial position, then you need to specify the mode, which is 0 in this case. Mode 0 signifies that I want to read from the initial position. If I run it, now you can see that I am reading from the third position. If you count the number of bytes from here, this is the original file. From the previous file run, see, this is the 0th position, this is the first position, this is the second position, and this is the third position. So at first the cursor was brought to this position, and from that position the entire file was read, as you can see in the output. Now this is the output of our current program. Now one thing was already said, that 0 is the default file mode. Now since 0 is the default mode of the seek function, I can even eliminate the 0 in this case. So even if you eliminate 0 from here, then also the file will work properly. Let me just show it to you. If I just eliminate, I have eliminated 0 and I'll run it, the file will work as expected. Okay, so 0, if you want 0 to be the offset or the reference point, then you can even eliminate 0. There is no problem in that. Alright, so what we have seen till now we have seen that 0 as the reference point. Keeping 0 as the reference point, we have gone through 3 bytes, and after that we have read the file. Here the file mode is 0. So output we got as follows. 0 can also be eliminated since it is the default file mode. So mode 0 is the default mode or a reference point, therefore it can be eliminated. Now let's go to the second case, which is using the mode number 1. Alright. So mode number 1 says that if we are already at a current position and from that position if I want to move further number of bytes, then we use the mode number 1. Let me try to explain it with the help of an example. Now here I'll modify in the same program. Let's modify it to case 2 and mode as 1. Now I have said one more thing, that mode 1 and 2 will work only with binary file mode. So let me give here as RB. So here what I'll do, at first I'll take the cursor to the third position, which is already done in the third line here. After that I'll be using the second file mode, that is mode number 1. So x.seek, it cannot be used without taking a reference point. Here the reference point is the third position. So let me take the cursor to the 9th position from the third position, and so here I have to specify the file mode as 1. Rest part will be same. So if I run it, I am getting here thon with files. Here since I am using the binary file mode, here B has been embedded before the file is being displayed. Now let me try to understand this output. Now what is the code in this case? The code is that at first I have taken the cursor to the third position. Now let me show you the file. Which is the third position? This is the 0th position, first position, second position, third position. Now from the third position, what I have done? I have taken it 9 bytes further. How to take the cursor with respect to a different position? By using the file mode 1. Therefore I have written here seek 9, 1. So from the third position I have taken 9 more bytes. So let's count from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So ideally it should read from this position. So this part. So if you see the output, it is reading exactly from that position, thon with files. If I may verify it, it is from this position. So if you want to read with respect to a reference point, then you use the reference point, you use the file mode as 1. Okay, so this was the code where file mode 1 has been used. This was the output. So mode 1 signifies movement from the current position of the file pointer. So if the file pointer is already at a certain position and from that position you want to move some bytes further, then you use the file mode as 1. Alright, let's go to the third case, that is mode number 2. So for that also I'll make some modifications. Now mode number 2 signifies movement from the end of the file. If I want to take the cursor somewhere from the end of the file, then I'll be using the mode number 2. How to do that? At first, so this will be case number 3, mode 2. So here I have opened the file in the binary file mode. That's all right. After that, I'll be using the seek function x.seek. Now let's try to take the cursor 7 bytes from the backward direction. So if I want to move in the backward direction, I have to use a negative sign. So -7, comma, since I am moving from the backward direction, I need to use the file mode as 2. So I am giving -7, 2. So let me save it. Rest part will be same. After moving, now seek function is used to move the cursor only, so the remaining part of the code will not be affected. Now if I run the code, I am getting H files. Let us try to understand this output. See, 2, the second file mode signifies movement from the which position? From the end of the file. So this is the end of the file. You can see that the cursor is blinking at the end of the file. From here I want to move 7 bytes in the backward direction. So now it is in the 0th position. This is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6 and -7. This is the position number -7. From here we are reading the file. So H file should be the output. So if you compare with the output from the code, we are getting the same output. So what was the code? Our code was this. Alright, we moved 7 bytes from the backward direction, and how we moved in the backward direction? By using the file mode as 2 in this case, and so we got this output. So mode 2 signifies what? Mode 2 signifies movement from the end of the file. Now let's go and try to understand the concept of tell function. Now what is the utility of tell function? This function is used in Python to return the current position of the file pointer in the file. If I want to find out what is the current position of the file pointer, I can do that by using the tell function. What is the syntax of tell function? The syntax of tell function is file object dot tell. Now let me show you the implementation of tell function. Okay, we have a very simple implementation here. So x equals to, at first we need to open the file. Now what was the name of the file? Let me check. It was test_seek.txt. So it is test_seek.txt. Since we'll be using the other file modes also, so I need to open it in binary file mode. So I have given it here as RB. Let's print the initial position of the file pointer. So for getting the position of the file pointer, we need to use the tell function. So I'll be writing here as follows: initial position of the file pointer is file object. This was the syntax, file object dot tell. Okay, after getting the initial position, let me show the output till this point. See, it is showing me the initial position of the file pointer. It is at 0. Why it is at 0? Because we have not yet started reading the file. So the cursor will by default be at the position 0. Now let me make some changes to the code. Now let me take the cursor to the 3rd position by giving x.seek 3. We have already learned how x.seek 3 works. So now after taking the cursor to the 3rd position, let me print the current position of the file pointer. Position of the file pointer after previous read. How to display? Again, x.tell. There are no variations of tell function. So if I run this program at this point, I will be finding that initial position of the file pointer was 0, and after the previous read it has come to the 3rd position. Now from this position, from the 3rd position, let's take it to another position. Now how to take the file pointer with respect to a certain position? By using the file mode as 1. Now let's do it. X.seek. Let's take it to the 9th position from the current position. Current position, for taking it from the current position, I'll be using the file mode as 1 here. So after that, let's display the final position of the file pointer. All right, so as x.tell. All right, so if I just run it, it is giving me the final position as 12, and it is correct. Why it is correct? Because at first initially we came 3 bytes, and then we came 9 bytes. So 3 plus 9 is how much? It is 12. So final position of the file pointer is at 12 byte. So if I verify it from the text file, see it is at the 0 position, 1 2 3, third position. Then from here we want to take again 9 positions. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So this is the position, remember the position. Now if I count it from the initial position, it is see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 and 12. So what did we get in the output? We got that the final position of the file pointer is 12. Now if I give the instruction of read at this particular position, I can give it like, let's take a variable, let's say it as y equals to x dot read, and then if I display y, it will be reading from the current position, that is the 12th position. So we are getting THON with files. Now here see, it is mandatory to open it in binary file mode, otherwise I'll get an error here. I can just show it to you. Let's say I have opened it in the normal read mode. If I run it, you will find that I'm getting some kind of error. Therefore, for file modes 1 and 2, you should definitely use it in the binary file mode only. Alright, so this is the code of the program that we did just now. Okay, so till now we have covered up till this much in the current chapter, that is data file handling. I hope that this session was useful. Thank you very much.